Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a fantastic day today, and in this video we're going to be doing a comic review for Batman The Long Halloween, which was a series released in the 90s. And if you really like to collect different types of comics and stuff, you can kind of get all the different copies like for each chapter. But if you're not concerned about that, I would just definitely recommend just getting the book that has them all in it, because that would be a lot cheaper. And then the price kind of varies on what version you're getting, how old it is, as well as if it's new or used. And to just hop right into the review for this book, the title Long Halloween doesn't lie, because it is a long story, but it's not just long, it's long and it's stuffed with all the stuff you would want. And generally speaking, my complaint when it comes to comic books or even the movies in general is that they're either too short, or if they're long, they don't have enough stuff in them, because I just like when they're crowded with all these different elements and they all tie nicely into one another, which is a hard thing to do, but this does it successfully. And the art style is also very good. Generally speaking, I prefer the art style of just like the regular detective comics that have been coming out recently. They kind of do that with Batman, the Three Jokers, and I don't really like when they get too cartoony and exaggerated. Like, for example, The Dark Knight Returns, I don't really like that art style, but it works in this case. This is a book that's just very consistent in tone as well. And you can tell this has had a significant influence and inspired different elements of the Dark Knight movie, which is often considered one of the best comic book movies of all time. In particular, Harvey Dent and his transformation into Two-Face, his downfall. It also inspired parts of the newest Batman movie, The Batman, especially with Carmine Falcone. And he and his family play a huge role in this story as all of these murders unfold and they're trying to figure out who it is. And it's just a very intriguing and compelling story. It's very mysterious. You want to know what happens next. You're on the edge of your seat, which I don't really say that too often when it comes to a book. And you see Batman working with Commissioner Gordon and Harvey Dent until he goes crazy. And there's even some romance in there with Catwoman, which is all done very well. And as I said, I just like how it's very crowded, but it's not like it can't handle itself. It doesn't feel too fast or slow paced at any point. It's just very consistent. And it's nice how you once again get to see Bruce's parents, kind of the origin story of how they got murdered, but with him having a flashback of it, and then seeing some of their history with the Falcone family. And just everyone has this deep history in Gotham City. All of it is just done phenomenally. And I just like how it has a lot of the different villains you would want. Well, it doesn't have Mr. Freeze, but it has pretty much everyone else. And it does a good job of like feeling cartoonish, but also very realistic at the same time. Just a good job of that tone for a comic book. And as I said, it's just nice how it has the variety of villains and they all get their moment to shine. And you get to visit Arkham Asylum at different times. Even the Penguin shows up for a little like cameo when he's with all the other villains. He doesn't really even play into the story, but it's just nice to see him. I like in movies and comic books when they do that, they just have the character there. Even if they're not going to play into the story, I just like to at least see them in it so that they can kind of be in the universe. And if there's anything negative I could say about this, I might have a small problem with the plot twists at the end of the book. I think they kind of unfold a little bit too fast. They're overall pretty good, but they just didn't quite find the best way to kind of reveal them. So at the end there, it might just seem a little bit awkward. But overall, I would rate this a 9.8 out of 10. Definitely recommend it, especially if you're a Batman fan and like to read comics, because this might be my favorite Batman comic series, maybe even just favorite comic series in general, because it's just done very well. But let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.